We are just hours away from learning who Louisville's new police chief will be. The announcement coming at 10 this morning. Members of the selection committee say that this is the right choice at a time when more officers are being fired in the Breonna Taylor case and community trust is lacking. Brooke is joining us from LMPD headquarters with reaction from Metro's Council's president. Good morning.
Good morning, Daniel. David James says today marks a new day, a new chapter for both the city of Louisville as well as the Metro Police Department. He's been a part of the search committee looking for a new chief since last summer and says today he can say that the entire board, everyone who's chosen this chief, has the full support, the backing there with the chief, and he believes that the community will as well. A former chief who James says has also experienced the same issues of tension with race, the public, and officer-involved shootings, saying that they've handled those situations very well. While he cannot name that person just yet, James did say Louisville's new chief also passed a demanding checklist by both the city and more than 10,000 residents who sent in their demands for a new leader. With recruits at an all-time low along with morale for the police force, James says this chief will be different for the rank and file.
I think that the officers are just looking for good leadership on their police department. They've gone so many years with horrible leadership on their police department. To finally have some good leadership on the police department, I think they'll gravitate towards it.
Now, the search for a new chief goes back to June when Mayor Fisher then fired the then chief, Steve Conrad, following controversy over David McAtee's death. Deputy Chief Rob Schroeder stepped in as interim chief until his retirement at the beginning of October. And then former Deputy Chief Yvette Gentry returned to the department out of her retirement to lead LMPD, but made it very clear she did not want the job full time. Now, this new chief will have a lot on their plate, along with the controversies and the protests that have been surrounding us for the last year here in Louisville. We're also again looking at massive turnover within the department, as well as that lack of trust within the community here in Louisville, as well as a record number of homicides that we just ended with 2020. So a lot to deal with, and again, that announcement will come at 10 today.
Change on the way, Brooke. Thank you. And again, at 10 this morning, we're going to bring you that live coverage of the announcement of the new police chief. We're also going to have community reaction to that choice. You can follow our coverage at 10 right here or online at WHAS11.com. We'll also have it for you on the app.